Fine.
The Radio Wammo Breakfast.
Suckling on the teat of tech.
With Paul Brislen.
Yes, why not? Let's talk to the high-tech stories of the week with Mr. Paul Brislen. Paul Brislen on Twitter. G'day there, Paul.
Good morning, how are you?
Very well. A bunch of stories to get through. First up, Facebook makes a pretty big announcement this week.
Yes, Facebook is going mobile, in effect. It is getting into what's called location-based services. So there's now a feature that you can switch on as part of your Facebook page to allow Facebook to know where you are. Of course, you're going to need GPS capabilities and things of that sort in your mobile phone so that you can actually tell Facebook where you are at all times. But it's part of this whole move towards social media really going social and going out with you. So at the moment, you have to go back to your laptop and you say, here I am, I'm back at work, and this is what I've just been up to. Well, that's going to be a thing of the past, really. You'll be able to update your location whilst you're at that location.
Interesting. Looking at the application for, I think this is on the iPhone, it's got what's called a check-in button, which is the terminology that another location-based service, Foursquare, have been using for a couple of years now.
Yeah, and Foursquare's really made its mark by allowing you to check into various locations. So if you go to a local cafe a lot, you check in there, and if you check in, I don't use it, but what is it, like 4 or 5 times a day or more, you end up being mayor of that location. You get to actually be listed as being, somebody who spends a lot of time there. And you can oust people as well as mayor of that location, which is all quite a bit of fun, and you can see it popping up and down in the Twitter stream. I think it's probably not quite there yet. It really needs to be automated. So, your phone needs to know that you've become stationary somewhere, and where is that? Oh, it's probably the cafe across the road. So therefore, you're now checked in there. That kind of thing. So that basically what it does is it enables you to meet other like-minded folk, people that you've allowed your location to be revealed to.
So now that Facebook is embracing this sees the mainstreaming of this type of social media, and therefore I guess the privacy concerns that will flow on from that.
Well, that's right, and you really do have to be. You really have to consider that. I mean, it might be quite a bit of fun to let people know where you are. It might also be quite dangerous. You may not want people to know where you are at all the time. How easy will it be to toggle between the two? Can you switch it on and off for different people? All those questions need to be answered and be very clear about so that people can have faith in the service and use it. I can well see you allowing a number of people at one of your privacy levels to have access to your location. I mean, that could be quite good. You make sure your friends and family know where you are, but not your boss. And that's going to lead to a whole bunch of management of your privacy settings and your location settings in Facebook. I wonder whether anybody's got the will to do that. It's
complicated,
one of those things that it just takes up more time.
Yeah. Obviously, the benefits here for Facebook, because they're launching a new service, they want to see some kind of return on it. So there's potential location-based advertising coming along.
Well, that's right. It's already starting to happen, and I know a lot of people throw their hands up in horror at the idea. But I already do it with the coffee shop across the road. I buy 10 cups of coffee, and they stamp my little card, and the 10th one's free. So now, how about if I'm the mayor of that location, I get a free coffee? Or if they know that I'm a regular drinker of that particular coffee, then, why not be proactive? And every time I walk in, my phone will beep and tell me that there's some special deal. So for that kind of thing, I can see it working quite well. If I walk into a mall and my phone goes bananas with 5 million different messages from all the different retailers, I will seriously go postal and they'll be hell to pay. But, hopefully it would be a little bit more targeted than that. I'd like to know where the gas stations are, for example. Or Italian restaurants in a city I've never been to before, or something like that. I can see there being a distinct need for that kind of thing.
Something helpful.
That could be quite good. Yeah.
Talking about being helpful, WikiLeaks has been helpful about exposing knowledge, information that we may not have heard about before, particularly with the war in Afghanistan. They have announced something else this week.
They have. It's a little bit, it's almost melodramatic, really. They have put out a file alongside the Pentagon papers that they've been putting out, writing about the war in Afghanistan. They put out this file which is completely encrypted, and the file is called Insurance. And basically, you download it and leave it on your computer, and it sits there a bit like the letter to the lawyer that you leave in the lawyer's office to be opened in the event of my unfortunate demise. This is apparently, the rumor is that this is some kind of insurance package, presumably some fairly serious documents relating to people who are investigating WikiLeaks, perhaps. And it will only be opened, it will only be activated should something nasty happen to WikiLeaks itself. Huh. So this is, it's a little bit James Bond, really, isn't it? It's sitting there as a little time bomb, a little bit of a veiled threat, waiting on whoever's PC, whoever wants to download it. Anybody can download it and just leave it sitting there.
But if it's so important, then why not reveal it now?
Yeah, well, that's the question, really, and nobody really knows what's inside it. So it's all hypothetical conjecture. But you can well imagine that it would be something about who has been investigating WikiLeaks, or perhaps something scandalous about whoever it is that's investigating them. Clearly, they feel that there's a need to have this kind of insurance package sitting there. But frankly, it's a bit like nuclear weapons. It's only useful if everybody knows you've got it and can use it.
Yeah.
So presumably it means something very specific to someone out there in the world. And WikiLeaks is hoping that it'll cool their heels a bit and stop them investigating. Now, WikiLeaks is a strange business. It's on the one hand, it is incredibly useful as a repository for things that people don't want you to know. But on the other hand, if it's I think they're treading a very fine line, and they've got to be very careful about the kinds of information they are revealing. There's stuff that I do in the privacy of my own home, which I'm not ashamed of, but which I certainly wouldn't share with everybody in the world.
Is that right, Paul?
Yeah, well, I think you'll find in your own habits there, Wammo, there might be one or two. So, but it's I'll pick my nose in private, but I'm not going to do it in the middle of the, and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
You might even be naked.
Well, let's not go there.
No, we are going to go there. I want you to strap that harness on, the Vodafone harness.
Oh, look, it chafes though when I've got no clothes on. It chafes.
Yeah, and I want you to talk about, now I've got imagery.
Now you've got pictures in your head, scratch your eyes out. I know, it's horrible.
Vodafone have announced this week, in fact today, the availability of naked packages. Tell us about this.
Naked DSL, that's right. So at the moment, if you buy, if you want broadband at home, first of all, you've got to buy a home phone line. And the home phone line typically costs about $45 a month and gives you free local calling. It's free once you've paid $45 a month. And we've always felt that was rather a lot of money to pay for free local calling, particularly when a lot of people don't make local calls anymore. It's simply not something the vast majority of our customers do. So we've launched what's called Naked DSL, which means you can just come to us and buy just the broadband package itself and not have to pay that landline fee in the first place. So it really is turning the corner in regards to what you use your fixed line at home for. Voice has long since departed for the mobile phone for a lot of people. I don't know about you, but my home phone sits at home unused for 90% of the month.
Yeah.
I'm at work, the family are all out, nobody's making calls on it. You might receive the odd call from your nana who doesn't like to ring a mobile.
No.
But other than that, no.
The calls are coming from telemarketers. That's where they're coming from. I don't want that.
We should market it as that. Cut off the telemarketers, just go naked.
It's exactly what it is.
It is. And frankly, aside from those odd calls, I'm paying $45 a month for a service that I really don't need.
Yeah.
So don't pay it. Just get your broadband. That frees up some of your cash. You can get a better cell phone. You can get more of a plan on your cell phone. $45 goes a long way these days in the mobile phone market.
And of course, that's the assumption. That's the assumption that Vodafone is going to use. That more people will then start using their mobile at home.
That's right. We give you a bigger discount if you have your mobile phone with us as well on account.
But there are other options out there that Vodafone won't support, but you can use.
We don't block. Yeah,
but you can use voice over IP.
All of that sort of thing, and we neither enable it, but we don't prohibit it either. So basically, it's best efforts endeavours on the network.
So I could sign up for because using Skype, you can use a a phone number. You can apply for a phone number, and it costs.
You get a geographical number. Yeah.
It's somewhere between $100 and $150 a year for that phone
Right.
number, which is way cheaper than having a landline.
Well, that's right.
So if you did want to
That's 2
receive
months
calls
of
from
that.
Nana,
Yeah, you can have a landline and set it all up on your computer and
Yeah.
have it running in the background.
yeah. Or
Yeah, absolutely.
what I was thinking, Paul, would be a smartphone that's Wi-Fi enabled with the Skype app on it.
Well, there you are, something like that. And I've just been playing, since I've got the harness on, I've just been playing with the Samsung Galaxy. And oh my gosh!
Is it the Galaxy S?
Technical question. Is that the slightly sportier
Well,
one?
would it have that-
I don't know.
Android 2.1, 2.2?
It could do. This was a pre-release version, so it's no good for real use. But it is gorgeous. It is utterly gorgeous, and it does that. And I think all the Googles do. It's got this Wi-Fi hotspot built into it.
Yep.
So if you're out with your phone and you want to plonk it on the table and connect all your laptops to it, and then use it as the connection to the internet, you can.
Nice.
That's marvelous. That's such a good feature. So I'm seriously toying with one of those. I think I'll be all over that like a rash.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, thanks very much, Paul.
Anytime, I'll take the harness off now.
Yeah.
It's rubbing. It's rubbing. a
Put
bit.
your clothes back on as well.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm staying naked all day.
See you, mate.
Anyway, cheers.
If you want to talk to Paul naked, twitter.com/Paul Brislen is where you'll find him.